So we're very glad that you all joined us tonight. Tonight is the vernal equinox, which is really a very special time in this world when spring is coming. And so we have a change of season, a change of energies, and this is a very good time to do a meditation, I think, that is going to help us all understand the world around us a little bit better and perhaps how to create a future that we actually want to have in our lives. So my name is Teresa Jones. I've been a minister with the church for many years, studying under Wanda and Alice. We're a very nice group of people. I think we have a good mission, a good outreach program. And what the church wants to do, I think, in essence, is to help people become awake, however you want to define that. And you can help each other also as we go through these exercises together. I have been studying all kinds of energy work for many, many years. I had a career with the government at the same time. And so when you think about it, I don't know how I did all that when raising 3 children also, but I went through an Egyptian mystery school, light body with Oren and Daben, Reiki, some Indian work with the Oneness University, and was initiated under Melchizedek in the spiritual journey of the oneness. So I have a lot of background, and what I'm trying to do today is simply bring some things together for you to consider. You don't need to believe anything that I say, but just consider the possibility that it exists and try to enjoy the experience. Even if you've never really worked with energy before, try to flow with it a little bit. What we're going to do today is talk a little bit about what energy is and how we perceive it in our reality. Take some time to develop an individual energy field and then join it with the group, because as we join with the group, it becomes more powerful for us to use that energy to create what we wish to manifest in our lives. So first, I'm going to say a prayer, and my Zoom is strange, so don't worry about me going in and out. I don't know what that's doing that. So think about somebody that you would like to bring into this session, a person, a group of people, whatever it is, and close your eyes and just feel. The most important thing is to feel and to relax into that feeling. The mind will want to create things for you. That's one of the reasons that I speak and I say words. The words will help guide you, but follow the energy that is behind the words. So Divine Infinite Spirit, thank you for being with us, for being one with us, for moving through us and all around us. We ask that we are centered, balanced, grounded, aligned, and connected. And so we are. And bring in any guides or masters that you work with, or anyone that you would like to have present today with us, because they will all add to the energy that we are creating. So we will begin. You've probably all been told that everything is vibration. Everything around you is moving, oscillating, and the movement, the quickness of that oscillation develops into the frequency of that energy. So the higher the frequency, the more expanded I will call bandwidth. The more bandwidth you have, the more you have to see into that world, which is normally not seen. And now consider the possibility that every emotion, thought, word, or action that you undertake registers as a vibration in this field. These things all surround you at all times, as do the vibrations of those who are around you. You are in a soup of vibration. Sometimes these are vibrations that are helpful and uplifting to you. Sometimes they are not. Think of all the things that you have done, felt, or thought in your life that have created patterns of behavior that define who you think you are. In effect, what you are doing with these patterns is creating a matrix around you of energy that creates what you think is reality. If you strip away all those matrices, you come to who you really are as a powerful, conscious creator in the likeness of God. You came in a certain culture, in a certain body, at a certain time. All these things create your world and create what you identify with. So as you can strip this away, acknowledging, of course, that all of this has given you knowledge and experience, you will be able to come to the core of your being. So tonight, we're going to create an individual and then a group energy field that is going to help you go into your future and find the things that you no longer want and replace them with the things that you do want. This is not as difficult as you think, but think about how long your life has been and how long the lives you have had before this have been. And it is quite a daunting task because the future is really a fabric, an etheric fabric that is woven with all the things that you created in your life. And why are we doing this? We are doing this so that we can uplift our vibration, so that we can become clear as to who we really are, so that we can enjoy every moment of our lives in this body, which is our sacred vehicle of light. And also at this time, you probably read a lot about times changing and this is propitious, and it really is. Every moment is propitious. Perhaps now, however, there is an opportunity to open doors that were not opened before and to see things that we have not seen before. So let's take advantage of that opportunity, particularly with the whole group here together. So we were going to build an individual toroidal energy field. A toroidal field is one that is a tube torus. Think that you're sitting inside of a large donut. And around this donut, you are going to start to weave energy. And it's going to become stronger and stronger and larger and larger. And it's going to give you an incredible amount of personal power, which you will then join with the permission of everyone around you into a larger field. And from that space, we will commence our looking at the future. So relax, become centered in your core, which is the central energy system of your body running up and down your spine. Breathe into your body rhythmically and slowly and deeply. Feel each of your energy centers from the bottom of your spine up through your body, up, 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 so that you have a vertical flow of energy, and then expand outward from your core so that you have a horizontal field of energy going out and in. And as you breathe, both of these are happening at the same time. Energetically, it's like chewing gum and walking at the same time. Once you get used to it, it's easy to do. So allow your energy from your core to go as high up as you can above your head. Reach up, 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 visualizing, and visualization is very important because it's very real to your mind. As high up as you can go and grab a little piece of the fabric that is up there and bring it down through your spine, going down through your body into the earth below you. Let this white crystalline flow settle into your body, flowing from above to below, crystalline white light, and feel what it is like. We all are different. We will all have different feelings and experiences. So whatever it is that you feel right now, just acknowledge it and feel that light so that you can bring it in anytime you wish in the future. Now, as this light is flowing down, reach down as far as you can into the earth below you, 10 feet, 20 feet to the center of the earth, how far you can go, and grab a little piece of that energy of our dear Mother Earth and bring it up through your core into the heavens. Pull up this golden light through your core into the galactic that is above you, as far up as you can go. Now, feel the two currents of energy. Feel the two currents of energy that are running in your central energy channel. One is going up, one is coming down. The two of them begin to create rivers of high octane energy moving throughout you. Breathe in and just feel this. Allow the flow to continue as you observe it. Being the observer is very important in any exercise that you do, for it lets you step out of the experience and to see things from a different perspective. The moment you start seeing things from a different perspective, you have a different perception of what's going on in reality. So now you're beginning to not only intellectually know that there is vibration and energy around you and in you at all times, but you are beginning to feel it. And once you have that experience, that knowingness, nothing can ever take it away from you. There's no second guessing that feeling. There's no doubting that feeling. For what is true to you is true to you. Now, as this energy is flowing down and up, and you are standing in that huge donut-shaped tube, allow the streams of energy to start to travel, not only up and down, but around this tube. So they are weaving an energy field around this tube. Feel it. Feel it. Feel how powerful it is and how it is radiating out from you. It doesn't matter which energy is going from the outside in or from the inside out. Just know that the two of them are running clockwise and counterclockwise around this toroidal field around your body. Feel this energy strengthening around you. This is a huge holographic pulsing tube of light with energy running around it in different directions. In some ways, this is the beginning of a Merkaba, which is a vehicle of etheric travel. It is the essence of the same energy. Do you feel lighter? Kind of like you can fly? Perhaps you can. And these are the energies and the place from which you can travel to other realms of existence. But for now, make this as strong as you can. And we will stay here as you pull out and push in and pull up and pull down and create a huge space of energy. And everyone is going to calibrate and come into a perfect flow. And when we do, I will count from 3 to 1. And then I want you to take with your intent, your field, and merge it into the energies of oneness with everyone who is on this call. All you need is your intent. You don't need to know physically how to do it or how to move the energies. They will do it on their own. You're just going to ask them to merge and to mesh into a holographic grid with everyone here. So feel that and feel it getting stronger. It is going up vibratory levels from the 3rd and the 4th to the 5th and 6th dimensions, pausing at the 7th dimension. then rising into the 8th and the 9th, the 10th, the 11th, and then pausing at the 12th, which is the realm of the Elohim. So the Elohim and the archangels join us at this level. The seraphim, the thrones, the cherubim, all coming together to help us create the maximum potential in this energy field. So feel the angels. You may work with angels. You may feel one that you work with here now with you. Ask them to help you. Ask them to work with you in making your vibration as high as possible. So 3, feel the pulsation. 2, it's becoming stronger and firmer. 1, mesh your energy field with that of everyone around you, creating a huge toroidal field around all of us that we all are part of, that we all draw from, and that we all add to. If you find that it is difficult for you to maintain this, just with your intent, keep going back, and everyone around you is helping you maintain it. So your brothers and sisters on the call are holding you up when you need it, and you're holding them up when they need it. So this is a group effort. So breathe deeply, running this energy through every cell of your body, all the trillions of cells in your body, energizing your cells, creating little generators in each cell that will expand this energy. Not only now, but you will change the fabric of your unity atom in every cell so that it can absorb more energy and more light. For light is energy, and the photons in your body are now going to start lighting up. And you might be able to feel this as heat. Excuse me. So it is from this space of oneness that we are now going to start to explore the etheric fabric of our future. In front of us, there's a very high vibrational energy. You are in charge of this experience. Make it the best that it can be. Come to the threshold of your future and walk through that door. This is an alliteration, but it symbolizes the idea that you are going from one place to another. And you feel the energy landscape that surrounds you now as you are in your future. This is a very complex pattern composed of all the habits, thoughts, etc., that we've already talked about that have created this fabric over time. It is embedded with everything that you've done, unbeknownst to you or consciously. And this is the part that always bugged me the most, was that you created so much subconsciously. You started to walk into a future and you had no idea how it got there, but you ultimately created it. And when you can start to unravel that, you can start to change it. You programmed some of these projectiles, I will call them, that you sent into the future while in the womb and even before. For example, if your mother felt fear while carrying you, you were part of her at that time. If she was abused or in a perilous situation, you could have absorbed that feeling of fear and projected it into your future. And then once you come upon it, you feel it and you start to understand why it's there. You feel the fear, you feel the person perhaps who was abusing your mother. You don't know why, but it's happening to you. If you could remove that, how much better would life be for you? Logically, you don't know why it's there, but you can feel it. These are the derivatives of the real you, and not really you. What you would call your higher consciousness, your higher conscious self, your soul, is that purity that is not bound by any of your experiences. So we will clear the fabric by removing those qualities that you had previously sent forward that no longer serve you. Visualize what these projectiles mean to you. They could be little Nerf footballs that you sent into the future. They could be the components of a game. They could be metallic objects. But they represent everything that you have subconsciously felt. Anger, fear, jealousy, the feeling of lack, feelings of being less than, feeling a lack of abundance. It is time to clear all of these out. So I use a very large magnet that has two big ends like a horseshoe, and I run it across the fabric of the future, and all the projectiles that I have sent forward, the pins, the needles, the nails, stick to it. And I take them out of the fabric and I put them in a box. And the reason I use that visualization is because as a child, my sister and I would spend a lot of time in my mother's sewing room. She and my aunt were seamstresses. They were very good. They had lots and lots of clients, and they had pins and needles everywhere. And it was dangerous to walk and dangerous to play on the surface of the tables. So our job was to get magnets and pick up all these pins and put them in a box so that we were safe and they could be used. So you can use any visualization that you want, or you can use the magnet, especially for right now. But find what works for you so that you can go in and take out all those projectiles that you have put into your future that you do not need anymore. Some will come out very easily and quickly, but there are many, many, many layers of this. And they tend to group in terms of a matrix, a pattern, a theme. They may come individually, they might come as groups, but just see yourself plucking them out of this woven fabric. As they come out, brush them off into a box and look at them. You don't need to analyze what each one of them represents. You don't need to feel what any of them represents, but do note how many there are. There are hundreds, there are thousands, there are probably millions. Just think of everything that you've ever accomplished in your life, everything that you have learned. It's all here. Not all of that needs to be taken out, but anything that you no longer think serves you will come out. And you can trust the universe with having your best interests at heart all the time. It conspires to support you. You will be able to take out everything that you need to take out. So go over the fabric and put your projectiles in a box. As they hit the box, they're going to dissolve because they only exist if you give them power. You are taking away the power that they had before, and therefore they simply dissolve into pure energy, which is transmuted and healed to perfection now. You are not going to be able to take out everything that you need tonight, but just know that you can come back to this place and use this methodology of sweeping through the etheric fabric around you and in front of you as many times as you need. You will find some that are embedded very, very deeply. Some have come from your ancestors. As you remove these, you also start to heal your ancestral lineage, which is really a wonderful thing. Your ancestors will start to become lighter. You will help uplift them and help them become part of your entourage of support in this life. In effect, you are lightening your load. You are dispensing with the unnecessary baggage that has been holding you back. And you are going to start to see the real you. It may take a little while, but you will start to see that glimmer, that part of you that is immortal, that has always existed and will always exist. Feel what that is like. Feel what it is like to open the heart of your humanness to your superconscious self, to your soul, which is always part of you, but you do not always recognize. But now you can look into that face, which is you looking back at you. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that shocking in a way? That this always existed and that you did not know it was there? Perhaps you feel freer and clearer because you are not encumbered as you were before. So spend a little time going through this landscape where it is vast and deep and complex. This is work that you can do on many different levels. Some of you have heard of inner child work. That is very helpful for recognizing issues that need to be brought to the surface and need to be resolved. For all those subconscious things that are going on in our life are like the proverbial iceberg that's floating under the surface. It's there, but you do not see it. And when you begin to release that and all those things start to bubble up, it can actually be a little uncomfortable because you are seeing and experiencing things that you have stuffed down, tried to ignore, tried not to see. One of the issues with our culture is that it is very instant gratification oriented. You want everything to happen quickly. You have so many distractions in terms of music and movies and things that are always going on that you do not have time to settle into the quiet space inside of your heart and find out who you really are. This is one of the advantages of meditating. It is not just relaxing and feeling good. It is actually doing a lot of very, very hard, sustainable work and finding out how to release the true you, that who you really are, beyond any measure of action or thought. So feel what it is like to be in this space. I would call it a space of peace in the quantum field, where you exist in your purest form. And feel it lightening, for you are still removing things that you do not need in your life. And you can see where the fabric is becoming lighter and the weave looser, for it is not being held together quite so tightly as before. So into all these spaces that you are creating, we're going to place the types of energy that you want to see in your future. Feel happiness. What does happiness mean to you? Feel the thing that truly, truly made you happy once in your life. Bring that feeling, bring that realization into your heart center. For me, it was the first time that I looked into my eldest son's eyes just after he was born. It was a happiness that you cannot even describe. And it was his being that made me a mother. And it was wonderful. Project that into those spaces that you have created in your future. The feeling of happiness, whatever it means to you. And gratitude. We're going to propel gratitude into your future. Gratitude for everything that you have, everything that you have been given, everything that you have attained. Gratitude for life, gratitude for those around you, gratitude for the smallest thing. As you start to express gratitude in your life, the energies are going to change. And as you become more and more aware of what these energies feel like, you're going to smile at yourself and think, why didn't I do this a long time ago? Well, you're doing it now, and that's all what matters. Feel what it is to be joyous. Again, joy and happiness are very closely related. Maybe you have a different feel of joy. Joy of running into a meadow and chasing butterflies when you were young. The joy of dancing and spinning. Put that into your future. Envision a time where you were blissfully happy and put that into your future. Feel this very deeply. And the galactic energies can come and support you. And there is a galactic community called the Ashia who bring peace, deep, deep peace and joy. And from what I am told, they're newly arrived in this area of Earth because they find that our energies are changing and that we are ready to accept them. So take advantage of their presence, the Ashia, and feel what they are like. Feel the love and peace that they bring to you, the peace that is beyond all understanding, and put that into the fabric of your future. You're imprinting the future, not by a thought from your mind, but from an emotion in your heart. The universe responds to you because of your emotions. This is what human beings bring to the table. This is a unique aspect of us that is not found in many places in the universe. So feel the joy in every cell of your body, every cell beaming with life, and so happy to be here. It's not always a joyous experience to be in the body, but you could make it so if you wished. And feel what that joy and gratitude brings to you. Feel the freedom. Feel the clarity. Concentrate on all those feelings. And at the count of 3 to 1, we're going to take them all as a bundle, all as a group, for all of us feeling all the joy and happiness and the peace of the Ashia. We're going to put it all in one package and propel it into our common future, changing not only the future for ourselves, but for those around us, and thus all of humanity. It does not take very much to start the ripple in the pond, and we are throwing little rocks into that pond right now, creating ripples of change that all of us are going to be able to ride into a new future. So 3, feel the energies, feel the highest intent that you have. 2, Be ready to propel it into the future in whatever way you wish. And one, it is propelled into the future, becomes embedded, it becomes holographic. It envelops every space. It coats the future weft and weave of the etheric fabric. It is done. It is done. It is done. Now breathe in what that feels like. For you have created a change. You have created a wake so that you can experience it as you walk into your future. Feel what that is like. The very ground that you are walking on is shifting and changing. For you truly are powerful, conscious creators. When we acknowledge that, we open up a whole new world to ourselves, a whole new world of possibility. So let's just enjoy being here for a moment. If you wish to travel wherever the energies take you, take advantage of that. You may be able to go into realms that you have to this point not been able to access, because don't forget, you have changed your perspective. You have removed burdens. You have added upliftment. And this upliftment will raise you up over the speed bumps that used to be there. You don't have those anymore. Now you can explore into realms that you did not know existed, or perhaps you had glimpses of them that you did not know how to get there. So this is how you can begin to astral travel, is to use these energies to remain in your body and to let your higher self take you into realms of other experiences, where your higher self is already there experiencing those things, but you do not know it. Not yet, but we all will very soon. So now think back on that one thing that you wanted to create, that thing that we talked about earlier today and that you saw in the little write-up that we sent out. What is it you want to create in your future? Remember, it is going to be an emotion and not just a thought. So, for example, is it a new job? You're not going to say, I want a job as a teller in a bank and I want to make this much money. That may be on the surface kind of what the job description is. But what you really feel from this new job is that perhaps you have an abundance of finances. You have an abundance of camaraderie, of security, a sense of purpose. Find what it is that is really the core of what it is that you want from this job, and bring to bear all of the senses that you have in your body. And this is true of anything that you wish to create. So visualize going into the office and seeing people smile at you. Hear them greeting you warmly. Smell the coffee from the coffee lounge. Feel the leather of your new chair. Create a story about the thing that you want and breathe in that story. For as you begin to breathe it in, you begin to refine it and filter it and get to the core of what it really means to you. Is it a new relationship that you want to create, a romantic relationship? Visualize the special person coming into your life. See their face, smell their hair, visualize holding their hand Hear yourself laughing with them. Feel their love. Feel your love. How does it feel to have this in your life? What does having this romantic relationship in your life mean to you? Is it freedom? Is it support? Is it fulfillment? Is it creating a sense of family? Feel all these emotions and breathe them in. Breathe them in deeply, deeply. Now find that one thing that you want to create and spend a little time thinking about it, truly thinking about it. Was it just a knee-jerk reaction that you had to, oh, I want to create this in my life? Or is it something that truly is meaningful for you, that you really want to have? You have already cleared your field of much of the feeling of lack. So therefore, a feeling of abundance will come more quickly to you. You've cleared yourself of many emotions that have brought you down, such as anger or envy. And it will be easier now to put in uplifting energies. So think of how this will shape your future, because you will come upon this thing at some point, whether it's in a week or a month or a year. And when you do, make sure that it is what you wanted. The universe is very responsive. It reacts to our requests, which are usually, when you think about it, negative. Oh, I would love to go on that trip, but I cannot afford it. Oh, I would love to do this, but I don't have the time. I have to work. So all those things go into your future and create what I would call a speed bump. We want to level the playing field. We want to make everything smooth and flow, for energy is flow. And as it flows, it will begin to clear and move things out and put things in that you want. So make sure that it is what you want in your life. And with your intent and with your trust, we are now going to send it into our individual future. And we will use the collective energy to do that, because the collective energy is what is going to give us the power, the ballast to hold this energy and to propel it into our future in a way that is meaningful and discernible and that you can recognize. And you may be surprised at how quickly this works. So breathe in your desire. Breathe in the feeling of what it will be like when you have this thing in your life. Trust the universe that it will find the perfect way to expedite this for you, the perfect way for this unfold for you. And now send it into your future on the count of 3, 2, and 1. So 3, visualize, taste, feel, smell this thing that you wish to put into your future. 2, wrap the energy of the group around it. 1, propel it into your future where it is deposited. Again, we do not know when exactly, but it is there and will unfold in a perfect way for you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Now sit here for a moment in this group energy, for this is unique. This pattern of energy will never be replicated. It has come together for this moment of time in a perfect way, where we have all used each other's life force, experience, perspective to create a unique system that we have all utilized to amend, change, and repopulate our individual future and our collective future. So expand out and feel what the future might start to look like for you. Are there colors that you see in the future that you did not see before? Sounds, notes. Quite often people will start to open up their other senses, heightened sentences, becoming clairaudible or clairvoyant or clairsentient, all the clairs. Be open to the possibilities that could happen. If they do, greet them warmly as something new that the universe is going to share with you. You may find that guides will come to you more quickly. Guides who are there to help you. All you need to do is ask. You've always been told that, to pray, and to pray as if you already have received your prayer. And so when you work with the guides, follow that template. Ask, pray to them. You have already received it, for they are there to help you. Feel the energies around you, even if you've never really been aware of them. Just try to experience what it's like to be sitting in a holographic circle of high vibrational crystalline energy. This perhaps has been the highest energy vibration you have ever felt. If so, be grateful for it. For in this space, you can become your true self, shedding all those sweaters and coats that you thought were you, but were not. And be open to the idea that synchronicity will become more important in your life. You will be given guidance, ever so subtly, perhaps not, to achieve what it is that you have created in your future. To be in a certain place, to talk to a certain person, to do a certain thing. It may all come to you very, very easily. Follow that. Follow your gut, follow your intuition. And as you do that, you will begin to develop a better relationship with the universal energies and a trusting relationship with your guides so that you can live life in a constant flow of energy, and it will make you so much happier than perhaps you've ever been. Even if tonight you only got a glimpse of what that was like, just think that you can experience that every day of your life. So feel your toroidal energy field around you. Thank the group for sharing their energy with you and for supporting you in creating a new future. Breathe deeply. Breathe deeply as you separate from the group and return to your individual energy field. This field is with you always. You can energize it and expand it at your will, for you are in charge of your experiences. And feel and observe the difference between what it was like to be part of the group and what it is like now to be back in an individual light body? For now, feel this energy in your core, embedded in your beautiful body, your sacred vehicle of light and human form. Consider the possibility that you truly are a powerful conscious creator, that you do not need to create your future subconsciously or in the dark, for you have walked into the light, and everything that you create is going to be based on the light that you are. And how does that make you feel? You have taken the first step in this realization. And going forward, begin to observe all the thoughts, the emotions, and the deeds that you are creating, and start to understand that you need to control them. You do not want to send into this future of yours negative thoughts, harsh emotions, deeds that do not make you proud. It may be difficult at first because they just happen, but you can control them. So from now on, you have an obligation to act as an enlightened being in controlling everything that you are putting into your future. Controlling your thoughts, you think is so hard, but in actuality, the moment you find something that is entering your thought space that you do not want, simply tell it to recede. If you need to do that 100 times, do it 100 times. If you need to do it 1,000 times, do it 1,000 times. But one day it will recede. And then you will find that you can create from a feeling of truth and enlightenment, which is what we all wish to attain in this lifetime. And as we bring the energies back into our system, you're not going to shut anything down because you've spent a lot of time creating it. So you're going to allow the energy to flow up and down your central core, informing you, energizing you, keeping you connected at all times with the galactic and with the earth, feeling gratitude for everything that you have done tonight and in your life, and sending all that gratitude into your field. The field that you are going to create from now on in a conscious manner. It will reflect who you are. It will reflect the highest potential that you have. Make your field the best field possible. You're not going to be perfect. You will stumble, but get yourself back up, and you will find that it is easier and easier to do over time, because you will begin to feel the energy that is around you shift. And as it shifts, it's going to bring you with it into a much more benevolent future, a future that we all wish to share with each other, that has all the attributes of our higher selves. So take a few minutes to come back into your body, moving gently if you need. Observe how you feel now. And then if you wish, you can share your experiences with us, because it's helpful to know sometimes what other people see or feel so that we can learn from it and calibrate our thoughts and actions with others. So thank you. So Donna, you can unmute everybody if you'd like. Donna, are you there?
Yes, I am asking everyone to unmute.
I'll share. Hi.
Hi there. How are you,
I
Jean?
thoroughly enjoyed myself. I went on quite the adventure there.
Oh, very good.
I saw a very clear cut dream of mine that came into colors, details from things that I would eat in the future and animals that I would own on a farm. It was a very beautiful love story that I've had with myself, and I got to see it in my future. It's very cool. So thank you.
Very, very nice. Very nice. If any of you journal or take notes on kind of what happens, it's not bad perhaps after this exercise, just to jot down a couple things and just see if in the future something comes up. So who is this cat? This is one of the cats you were thinking about?
I call her my Reiki kitty. I can't do any meditation or any sessions without her sitting. She has to be touching me. It's very cute. And whenever I'm done, she kind of knows, and I put both hands on her and she just sits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very nice.
She knows what's up.
Teresa, I'll be glad to, first of all, I want to thank you for a wonderfully unique perspective on how to manifest and create. And I've had many lectures or attended many lectures on manifestation, but manifesting through the toroidal field is something that I had never considered a possibility, and then pulling in the etheric fabric. And I loved the way that you said that you have magnets and pull that. I found that very, very easy to follow and to do, and realize that all those negative things are under my control. Whatever was there doesn't have to stay there. Whatever was there from the past that still is finding its present in me, doesn't have to stay there. So I really enjoyed this tremendously, and I really thank you for it.
Yeah, thank you, Alice. Yeah, and using visualizations that mean something to you is often helpful. Whatever your experience has been, something gave you an aha moment, use that to develop an approach or a technique that is useful to you, because everyone is different, and it's not one size fits all. There are many, as they say, paths to the top of the mountain, and each one of us is going up our own little path. And what we can share with each other to learn or to, help ourselves up is very nice as a community. So
it was wonderful. Thank you.
So Iris, did you have any thoughts?
It was beautiful, and thank you very much. And also, it felt like there could have been like 5 different sessions out of this one session or more. It's always very dense material you share, and I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right. I mean, this is like a template or a bit of a guide map. So you can use that and start to play with other things that you wish to create. And also going back into that space and removing things that you don't want or need anymore. Because it is disturbing to think that we have created so much around us that we don't want. And we always blame other people, or we feel like we are the victim, when in actuality, we are in control. And when you take that responsibility, it is hard for some people to understand that, because it's easier to blame somebody else. But eventually it comes back to you and your higher self. And when you develop that relationship, it's a very important stage in your spiritual evolution. And spiritually, to have a practice where you run energy every day, even if it's something that you're not familiar with, You can look online. There are a lot of different ways that you can do it, whatever suits your particular approach. But to simply become aware of the energy around you and within you, and to become alive in that energy field more and more every day. And the earth is changing, as I mentioned earlier. A lot of people say that physically the earth is changing, and so we might be able to expand more than we had been able to expand in the past. So anybody else have anything they'd like to add? Jane, you look very thoughtful.
I could piggyback on everything people have said already. I mean, it was dense material. I felt it on so many levels. And I enjoyed it on every level, ridding myself of unpleasant things, using the magnets, manifesting. I'm in a transition stage in my life, and there are some definite ideas of manifestation that I want. Yeah. And it was just such a pleasure, Teresa. Thank you so much for it.
It was
All of
lovely
it.
being with all of you, because you could feel the energy of all of you. And I know a lot of you, and I could see deeply into your eyes, and I can feel what you were adding. So thank you. It was very, very nice.
Thank you.
So Michelle, do you have anything you'd like to add to that?
You know, when we were in the toroidal field, I have to agree with Alice. That was really powerful. I love to feel that, and that you brought us into that. And at one point, it was really moving so fast that
Yes.
I had to try to stop myself from going so quickly.
Taking off.
Yes, yes. It was beautiful. I agree with everything everyone has said. It was just really a very sweet way to move into envisioning how we could be and freeing ourselves of various items that we brought from past lives. Thank you.
Yes.
You're skilled at what you do, Teresa.
Oh. Oh, so anybody else have anything that they would like to close with?
I'd just like to say that I studied under a 34th generation Taoist monk from the Wudong Mountain in China, and it was quite an experience for me. And in the Taoist approach, one of the things, the meditations we would do would create this toroidal field. And so I find it interesting that there's different traditions that all kind of come together. And of course, your spin on it was just so fantastic and so eye-opening. So that's amazing. And I had the pleasure of seeing a patient of mine who is a Buddhist this past week. And he said, just try to do something kind in your day. Or just try to be the kindest that you can be in the circumstances of the day. And it just made me smile. And I think it's true that, if you could just touch one person in the day who may have not been at their best, and maybe that little nudge makes them smile, and then they nudge a friend and the ripple goes on. So
Yes, you're absolutely right, Bill. The ripple goes on. That standing in the supermarket line, you can expand your field and touch the person next to you without ever saying anything. And they in turn will pass it on to someone else. And then it goes on forever.
thank you, Teresa.
Surely. Thank you. Yes, Erica.
Hi, thank you very much. That was wonderful. I felt very deep, and it was exactly what I needed. for me, I had a very strong sense of my identity once I cleared all those shrapnel pieces. I felt very calm and true to my nature, but it was harder for me to imagine the circumstances that I wanted to make, not just me, but around me.
Yes.
Like how to fit that me in with what I wanted. And I don't think I have figured that out yet.
Well, as a group, we did send forward happiness and gratitude and joy and peace. So those things are in your future. Whether some specific thing that you wanted didn't clarify in your mind at the time, doesn't mean that you will not be working on that from now on, because you've already sent an intent forward, kind of like a placeholder, and it's going to pop in there when you get ready to pop it in there. When it becomes the reality that you want to see, it will go there. So just anticipate it happening and be surprised when it does, because it will be joyous for you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll have a very short, if everybody's done, we'll have a very short prayer to wrap this up. And all those people that you added into the prayer at the very beginning, think of them again. And think of them from the perspective of your new energy platform. Bring them all into your life. For their lives will also be changed because you have changed. And the steps that you take on this earth are going to be steps of the crystalline light body that you are. And you will start to take everyone with you. So thank you all for being with us tonight. It was lovely seeing you all. And see you all again soon.
Thank you, Teresa.
Good night. Good night.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Teresa. Thank you.
Thank you for a wonderful time. Experience.
Thank you for being here and adding to it. And Joe has a cat too. Good night.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
Good night.